Stop wasting your most valuable resource, your energy, on things that don't matter. Every yes you give to drama, negativity, or distraction is a no to your future, your growth, and your success. You can't afford to carry the weight of people, opinions, and obligations that steal from your life. Today, I'm going to show you how to cut the chaos, let go of what's unworthy, and reclaim your energy so you can focus on what actually moves the needle. Because the truth is, not everything deserves your energy, and the moment you realize that, everything changes. Every moment of your life carries a cost, and that cost is energy. Energy is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, and spiritual. Every thought you entertain, every conversation you have, every task you commit to requires it. And unlike money, once energy is spent, it cannot be replenished instantly. The people around you, the situations you engage in, and the commitments you make all silently demand it. Too often, we give away our energy to things that add no value. Drama, negativity, gossip, and trivial arguments are energy traps. They might feel urgent, but they are not important. When you constantly give your energy away, you're robbing yourself of the chance to grow. Recognizing this is the first step toward reclaiming control. Your energy is the foundation for everything you accomplish. It determines your focus, your creativity, and your resilience. If you are constantly drained, no strategy, plan, or motivation can compensate for the loss. Yet most people spend it unconsciously, letting every distraction, every complaint, and every unworthy demand deplete them. There is no nobility in burning yourself out for something that doesn't matter. Energy is selective. It is the most valuable resource you have, more precious than time or money. You can earn more money, but once energy is gone, you can't buy it back. Protecting it should be your highest priority because it fuels everything else you value. The people and situations that deserve your energy will amplify your life, not drain it. Understanding the difference between meaningful and meaningless energy expenditure is critical. You must become ruthless in deciding where your focus goes. If it doesn't contribute to your growth, your happiness, or your mission, it doesn't deserve your attention. Every yes you give to someone else's nonsense is a no to your potential. This is where discipline comes in. You can't rely on motivation alone because distractions are designed to seduce you. Social media, unsolicited opinions, unnecessary obligations. All of these drain your energy silently. Learn to filter, prioritize, and evaluate every opportunity before committing. Ask yourself, will this matter in a year? Does this move me forward? If not, let it go. Boundaries are not optional, they are essential. Saying no is not rude, it is survival. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't give your best to others if you've given your energy away recklessly. Most people misunderstand this and feel guilty for protecting themselves. Stop apologizing for taking care of your energy. Being selective doesn't make you selfish, it makes you effective. Every decision you make about where to invest your energy shapes your life trajectory. People who respect themselves guard their time and attention fiercely. Energy is finite, and once it's gone, the damage is real and lasting. Learning to say no is learning to win at life silently and powerfully. Energy also dictates the quality of your relationships. If you are constantly drained, you will attract people who drain you further. The relationships that truly matter are reciprocal, where both sides elevate each other. Toxic people, drama seekers, and negative influences are energy vampires. Engaging with them is a choice, not a necessity. Observe carefully where your energy goes in your social and professional circles. Are you feeding someone else's chaos while ignoring your own growth? This is a trap that keeps people stuck and resentful. Protecting your energy includes choosing the right people and limiting interactions with those who bring imbalance. Every conversation, every meeting, every interaction carries a cost. Spend it wisely. Your environment plays a massive role in energy management. Clutter, noise, chaos, and negativity in your surroundings drain focus and vitality. If your home, workspace, or digital environment constantly pulls at your attention, you're wasting energy on friction, not growth. Simplifying, organizing, and curating your surroundings allows energy to flow to what truly matters. Energy is like water. It follows the path of least resistance. If you allow friction to dominate, your energy leaks away. By creating spaces that support your priorities, you minimize unnecessary expenditure. Every small adjustment adds up, and over time, it compounds into a powerful advantage. The invisible costs of mismanaged energy are enormous, and awareness is your only defense. Attention is your most potent tool when used intentionally. Energy and attention are inseparable, and both are limited. Multitasking and constant distraction are illusions that cost more than they save. Your mind can only focus deeply on one thing at a time, and scattering it diminishes every effort. High achievers understand this and guard their attention as fiercely as their energy. Each choice about what to engage with must be deliberate. If it doesn't move the needle on your priorities, it's stealing from your future. Every notification, every irrelevant discussion, every small compromise chips away at your potential. Being deliberate is not convenient, it's necessary. Your energy fuels resilience under pressure. Challenges, setbacks, and failures require it to navigate effectively. If you've already given it away to things that don't matter, you'll struggle when the real tests arrive. Energy spent on trivial battles leaves none for meaningful victories. The ability to recover, adapt, and push forward comes from reserves you've protected consciously. Leaders and successful people are not just talented. They are disciplined in where they focus and how they conserve energy. Life is relentless, but the more you protect your energy, the more you can withstand it. Guarding your energy is not avoidance, it's preparation. Your habits define how efficiently you use energy. Small, consistent practices that prioritize growth, rest, and focus compound into enormous advantages. Wasting energy on procrastination, worry, or comparison is a silent tax on your potential. Developing routines that minimize unnecessary decision making and reduce friction conserves energy. Successful people automate energy decisions by creating boundaries and systems. They know that freedom is not doing everything. It is having the ability to direct energy where it matters most. Energy is a lens through which every action, thought, and decision should be filtered. Discipline and awareness are the tools for mastery. Finally, taking ownership of your energy is transformative. No one else is responsible for how you spend it. External pressures will always exist, but giving them control is optional. Every choice to engage, argue, or comply with nonsense is a choice you make. Recognizing this power transforms frustration into control. Energy invested strategically compounds into growth, opportunities, and momentum. Wasted energy compounds into fatigue, resentment, and stagnation. You can't control the world, but you can control your energy allocation. When you protect it, prioritize it, and spend it wisely, your life begins to expand in ways that feel effortless yet deliberate. Every decision becomes a lever for your future. Holding on to resentment, anger, or disappointment is like carrying a weight that crushes your potential silently. Every negative thought consumes energy you could use for growth, progress, or joy. It's easy to blame circumstances or others for your frustration, but the truth is the grip is yours. The world will constantly challenge you, but you don't need to wrestle every fight. Some battles are not yours to fight, and recognizing this is strength, not weakness. Letting go doesn't mean you accept failure or mistreatment. It means you refuse to let it control your life. People cling to the past thinking it protects them, but it only chains them. Every minute spent on regret is energy stolen from possibility. To move forward, you must release the anchor. Energy flows where attention goes, so redirect it wisely. Overthinking is another silent energy thief that masquerades as preparation. You replay conversations, imagine worst case scenarios, and dissect motives endlessly. While it feels productive, it doesn't solve problems. It paralyzes action. The more you ruminate, the less energy remains for creating, building, or connecting. Most people mistake mental busyness for progress, but it's often a distraction from meaningful work. Letting go of overthinking requires trust in your own capacity to handle what comes. You must accept that not every detail can be controlled, and perfection is a myth. Your energy is limited, and obsessing over hypotheticals depletes it faster than any external obstacle. Focus on what is actionable. Direct your energy to impact, not imagination. Freeing your mind from overthinking is an act of strategic courage. People often cling to toxic relationships longer than they should, thinking loyalty or obligation demands it. But not everyone deserves your energy, time, or attention. Some relationships are designed to consume and never contribute. Engaging with people who drain you leaves no room for those who uplift and inspire. Letting go doesn't require confrontation. It requires clarity and self-respect. You can step back without explanation, without drama, and without guilt. The world will try to make you feel responsible for others' emotions, but you are not. Every moment spent on unworthy connections is a missed opportunity to invest in people who match your energy. Learning to detach gracefully is a superpower. Protecting your emotional bandwidth ensures your energy fuels growth, not chaos. Forgiving is not for them, it's for you. Carrying grudges is an energy tax that compounds daily. Every time you revisit old hurts, you pay interest on pain that already happened. Forgiveness doesn't erase mistakes or justify behavior. It liberates you from carrying unnecessary weight. The people who hurt you may never change, and holding on to anger only extends your suffering. Letting go through forgiveness is strategic. It frees energy, reduces stress, and improves clarity. The mind becomes sharper, the body lighter, and focus stronger. Every act of holding onto resentment is a voluntary surrender of power. To reclaim your life, you must forgive actively, not passively. Energy saved through release multiplies in unexpected ways, fueling your pursuit of meaningful goals. Your attention is a finite resource, and resentment hijacks it effortlessly. When you replay betrayals, failures, or conflicts, you direct mental energy to irrelevant targets. Energy spent on grudges is energy unavailable for creation, learning, or leadership. Most people underestimate the cost of holding on to negative emotions because it feels natural, almost inevitable. But natural doesn't mean optimal. You have a choice in how you spend your attention, and the more intentional you are, the more your life expands. Letting go is a conscious decision to redirect focus to what actually matters. Energy directed towards solutions, growth, and relationships that matter compounds exponentially. Those who master this skill become unstoppable because they are not weighed down unnecessarily. Focus, not fixation, defines who thrives. Obligation is another invisible energy trap. Many people exhaust themselves pleasing others, meeting expectations, or following rules that don't align with their goals. Society, family, or peers can demand time and attention relentlessly. Saying yes to everything guarantees you'll have no energy left for priorities that actually matter. Letting go of unnecessary obligations is a discipline few practice, yet it is transformational. It requires courage to disappoint people strategically and confidence to honor your own mission. Energy is not for giving away indiscriminately, it's for investments that yield returns. Every unnecessary yes is a silent sabotage of your potential. Protecting yourself is not selfish, it's strategic. Intentional detachment from non-essential obligations safeguards your focus and growth. Control is often an illusion that drains energy unnecessarily. Trying to dictate outcomes, micromanage people, or anticipate every twist depletes mental reserves. The world is unpredictable, and fighting to control it is a losing battle. Letting go is not surrender, it is efficiency. You redirect energy from resisting reality to creating value where it's possible. This shift allows you to respond effectively rather than react emotionally. Leaders and high performers are not those who control everything. They are those who control themselves. Energy conserved through acceptance can be invested in meaningful action, not futile resistance. Mastering the art of letting go of control multiplies productivity and reduces stress. Strategic detachment amplifies energy instead of wasting it on futility. Comparison and envy silently drain energy too. When you fixate on others' success, approval, or status, you invest emotional and mental power into outcomes beyond your control. You trade your potential for distraction and frustration. Letting go of comparison requires focus on your own trajectory and metrics for success. Energy spent on envy is energy stolen from your unique growth. The successful don't obsess over what others are doing. They channel every ounce of attention into improvement. Mindset shifts from scarcity to abundance preserve energy and enhance performance. By refusing to measure yourself against others, you reclaim hours, ideas, and effort previously wasted. Comparison is optional, energy is finite. Choose wisely where it flows. Habits are the daily framework for energy management. Small decisions to let go compound into massive advantages over time. When you release toxic thoughts, overcommitments, and controlling tendencies consistently, you create reserves of energy that fuel your mission. High performers design their routines to minimize unnecessary mental expenditure. They schedule, prioritize, and automate decisions to protect energy for meaningful work. The discipline to let go becomes a habit, not a struggle. Over time, life rewards those who master the art of releasing what doesn't matter. Energy saved multiplies opportunities, focus, and resilience. Habits of detachment are not passive. They are intentional, high-leverage strategies. Energy, when managed well, becomes a force multiplier. Ownership of your energy transforms your reality. No one else is responsible for how you feel, think, or act. External events, people, and circumstances are inevitable, but giving them control over your energy is optional. Letting go is a declaration of personal authority. You decide where attention flows, what occupies your mind, and which battles are worth engagement. Every conscious choice to release, detach, or forgive strengthens control over your life. Energy is not replenished through passivity. It grows through deliberate allocation. Releasing what drains you expands capacity to create, lead, and thrive. Strategic letting go is not weakness. It is power applied where it matters most. Focus is not a skill everyone masters because most people scatter themselves across distractions without realizing the cost. Every notification, every minor task, every irrelevant worry pulls energy and attention from what truly matters. The average person spends hours on things that feel urgent but are ultimately meaningless. High performers understand that attention is a weapon and energy flows where it is directed. A scattered mind produces mediocre results, while concentrated effort produces breakthroughs. Focus is selective, intentional, and deliberate. It requires saying no to things that seem interesting, but are irrelevant to your goals. Every choice to engage or disengage compounds over time. Focus is not about doing more. It is about doing what counts. Discipline determines where your energy lands, not motivation alone. Multitasking is a myth, yet it traps millions into believing they are productive. Your brain can only focus deeply on one thing at a time. When you divide attention, nothing gets your full energy and quality suffers. Every attempt to juggle multiple tasks is secretly stealing energy from your potential. High achievers focus like lasers. They prioritize ruthlessly and eliminate distractions. When you concentrate fully, you amplify output while minimizing wasted effort. Letting go of the urge to do everything at once is liberating. Energy should flow toward impact, not the illusion of busyness. Every second wasted on scattered effort is irrecoverable. Learning to focus is not optional. It's survival in a world of endless distractions. Clarity about priorities is the foundation of focus. Without it, energy disperses like wind through an open window. Most people spend days reacting to whatever comes at them instead of acting deliberately. Your goals are not abstract. They are the lens through which you must evaluate every choice. If a task, conversation, or commitment does not align with your objectives, it drains more than it contributes. Focus requires constant evaluation, recalibration, and courage to discard what doesn't matter. Every yes to misaligned activities is a no to your purpose. Success does not come from doing more. It comes from doing the right things consistently. Energy is finite, and misdirected energy compounds into wasted years. Being deliberate with focus separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Boundaries are the practical tools of focus. Without them, distractions creep in under the guise of opportunity or obligation. People often feel compelled to respond to every demand, attend every meeting, or answer every question. This spreads attention thin and leaves nothing for priorities that move the needle. Protecting your time and mental space is essential for maintaining high-energy focus. Saying no is not rude, it is strategic. Every boundary you enforce is a declaration of where your energy belongs. Without it, productivity, creativity, and mental clarity suffer. Focus is impossible without boundaries because your attention is constantly under siege. Protect it like a valuable asset because it is. Energy and focus are inseparable. When your mind is clear and your attention is controlled, energy amplifies productivity. Conversely, scattered focus drains energy even faster than physical exertion. The distractions of modern life, females, social media, constant noise, create invisible leaks that silently exhaust mental and emotional reserves. The most successful individuals engineer systems to conserve energy and maintain focus. They automate decisions, schedule tasks strategically, and remove unnecessary friction. Each deliberate action compounds energy for tasks that matter. Focus is not a passive state. It is an active, disciplined choice. Every diversion ignored preserves energy for your highest leverage work. Energy multiplied by focus produces unstoppable results. Letting go of perfectionism is essential for maintaining focus. Obsessing over details that don't materially affect outcomes consumes energy unnecessarily. Many people exhaust themselves polishing tasks that barely matter in the bigger picture. Energy is finite, and perfectionism is a silent thief. High performers learn to identify where excellence matters and where good enough is sufficient. Focus thrives in a state of intentional action, not in endless tweaking. Letting go of the illusion of perfect control frees attention for meaningful work. Every moment spent chasing perfection is a moment lost from impact. Energy spent must align with priorities, not fears or insecurities. Precision without purpose is wasted energy. Focus also demands intentional detachment from the noise of comparison. Observing what others are doing or chasing their validation dilutes attention and energy. Your unique path requires full mental bandwidth, not borrowed priorities. Letting go of envy and external expectations sharpens focus and preserves energy. The successful don't emulate. They innovate, they iterate, and they commit to their vision fully. Comparison creates unnecessary friction, distracting from the tasks that yield results. Attention is like a spotlight, pointed at your mission, not distractions. Every time you divert energy to someone else's journey, you weaken your own. Focus thrives in self-mastery, not external validation. Energy is multiplied when attention is aligned with purpose. Deep work is the result of disciplined focus. Shallow, fragmented effort produces little, but concentrated effort creates momentum that compounds exponentially. Your mind is like a muscle. The more you train it to focus, the stronger and more effective it becomes. Letting go of shallow tasks, constant interruptions, and trivial distractions preserves energy for work that matters. Momentum builds when focus is protected relentlessly. Energy flows to where attention is consistent, and high-impact results require extended, undistracted engagement. Most people underestimate how long attention must remain on meaningful work to produce breakthroughs. Focus is not occasional, it is habitual, intentional, and strategic. Protect it fiercely, and your results will reflect the power of concentrated energy. Every decision in life is an opportunity to direct focus. Even small choices about where attention goes compound over time. Choosing the wrong conversation, task, or engagement may seem minor, but over weeks and months, the energy lost is enormous. High performers treat focus like an investment, calculating ROI on every mental commitment. Every yes or no is a lever affecting future results. Energy is precious and distraction is expensive. Letting go of trivial decisions, irrelevant demands, and unnecessary involvement preserves the mental and emotional bandwidth for what matters most. The discipline to prioritize and release is the defining trait of high-achieving individuals. Energy without focus is wasted, but focus without energy is impossible. Mastery of focus transforms potential into tangible results. People often complain about lack of time, energy, or resources, but the real limiting factor is attention. Energy expended without direction produces minimal impact. Focus directs energy to the highest leverage activities, producing outsized outcomes. Letting go of what doesn't matter is not optional. It is essential for meaningful progress. Every moment your mind is fully present in purposeful work compounds into growth, learning, and accomplishment. Focus is selective, intentional, and disciplined, and it defines who succeeds and who stagnates. Energy allocated wisely produces results. Energy squandered produces frustration. Mastering focus is mastering energy. Life will constantly offer you hundreds of distractions, obligations, and opinions disguised as opportunities. Most people feel pressured to say yes to everything, thinking that engagement equals progress. But energy is finite, and every unnecessary yes comes at the cost of your growth. Letting go is about choosing deliberately where your energy flows. Saying no doesn't make you weak. It makes you strategic, focused, and free. Boundaries are the tools that protect your highest priorities and ensure your actions have maximum impact. The world will resist your decisions, but clarity in your choices silences the noise. Every moment you preserve your energy multiplies your potential exponentially. The courage to disengage from unworthy commitments is transformative. When you protect your energy, you open space for what truly matters. Missing out is inevitable when you let go of what doesn't serve you. The fear of missing out is a natural response, but it is rarely a rational one. Most opportunities are illusions, distractions that consume energy and provide little return. Letting go requires trusting that what is meant for you will align naturally with your path. Energy invested in meaningless pursuits cannot be recovered. Every choice to release unnecessary commitments is a choice to reclaim mental clarity, focus, and momentum. High performers understand that strategic sacrifice is not loss but leverage. Every no is an investment in yourself, your mission, and your goals. The more you embrace selective engagement, the more freedom and growth you unlock. Missing out strategically is a victory, not a compromise. Releasing control over what you cannot influence is essential for conserving energy. Many people exhaust themselves trying to manipulate outcomes, anticipate reactions, or manage others' perceptions. Control is an illusion, and fighting it depletes resources that could fuel real progress. Letting go is a recognition of reality and a decision to direct energy where it creates impact. You cannot change every circumstance, but you can change how you respond and act. The strongest individuals focus on influence, not control. Energy wasted on resistance is energy unavailable for creation, growth, and meaningful action. Freedom comes from acknowledging limits and aligning effort with potential. Letting go of control is strategic discipline, not resignation. When you release what you cannot change, you expand your power to act where it counts. Relationships demand energy, and not all are worth the investment. Some people drain, distract, or derail your progress. Recognizing who deserves your attention is not optional, it is critical. Letting go of toxic or unreciprocated connections frees emotional and mental bandwidth. Energy is a finite resource, and your attention is valuable. The people who elevate, inspire, and challenge you positively amplify your potential. Surrounding yourself with those who align with your energy creates compounding benefits. Every interaction is an opportunity to invest wisely. High performers treat relationships as strategic, not sentimental, tools for growth. When you disengage from those who deplete energy, you make room for connections that accelerate success. Comparison is an energy trap disguised as aspiration. Many people measure themselves against others, thinking it motivates improvement. In reality, comparison drains attention, fuels envy, and steals focus from your own journey. Letting go of others' metrics allows energy to flow to your unique path. Focus on your mission, your standards, and your progress. Energy multiplied by self-directed focus produces tangible results. Those who master letting go of comparison achieve consistency, confidence, and growth. External validation is fleeting. Internal alignment is permanent. Every choice to stop comparing yourself to others is a choice to reclaim your power. True progress is created, not observed, and energy spent chasing someone else's life is wasted. Past failures and regrets consume energy unnecessarily when they remain unresolved. Many people carry old mistakes like heavy chains, allowing them to dictate current decisions. Letting go is an act of self-liberation. Forgiveness, reflection, and release convert wasted energy into forward momentum. Every moment spent ruminating on what cannot be changed is energy unavailable for creation. High performers acknowledge the past, learn, and redirect energy to actions that produce results. Your history does not define you unless you allow it to drain your energy. Strategic release transforms lessons into fuel and regret into growth. The strength to let go empowers you to act decisively. When you stop carrying the past, you walk lighter, faster, and stronger. Time is the most valuable resource, and where you invest it determines outcomes. Every minute spent on distractions, trivial arguments, or meaningless pursuits compounds into lost opportunity. Letting go is prioritizing high-impact activities, relationships, and projects. Energy aligned with purpose multiplies results. Energy scattered produces fatigue. Successful individuals ruthlessly guard their time to maximize returns. Every commitment you release is a step toward clarity, focus, and effectiveness. Saying no to unworthy tasks creates space for meaningful work and personal growth. Strategic disengagement is not avoidance. It is a calculated investment. Protecting your time preserves energy and accelerates your trajectory. Energy, once spent on what matters, compounds exponentially. Self-doubt and fear are invisible drains on energy that hold people back. They occupy attention, limit action, and reduce resilience. Letting go of self-limiting beliefs restores energy for bold decisions, risk-taking, and growth. High performers confront fear without wasting energy on endless deliberation. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the discipline to act despite it. Every moment spent on what-if scenarios diminishes energy available for execution. Letting go of internal resistance liberates your mind, focus, and ambition. Energy freed from doubt fuels momentum and confidence. The practice of conscious release transforms hesitation into decisive action. Energy reclaimed from fear is power harnessed for extraordinary results. Consistency in letting go compounds results over time. The practice of releasing what drains energy becomes habitual, shaping mindset, decisions, and outcomes. High performers internalize this principle, treating every engagement as a deliberate choice. Energy is no longer scattered. It flows to priorities with precision. Every habit of conscious release reinforces focus, clarity, and resilience. Letting go strategically amplifies productivity and personal growth. Small decisions compound into a life aligned with purpose and mission. Repetition solidifies the discipline required to protect energy. Success emerges from the consistent practice of letting go of the unnecessary. Energy devoted wisely fuels momentum, mastery, and extraordinary achievement. Ultimately, life rewards those who master the art of letting go. Energy directed intentionally, focus preserved, and commitments aligned with purpose yield results beyond effort alone. The courage to release what doesn't serve you is transformative and empowering. Boundaries, priorities, and clarity allow you to act decisively. Strategic disengagement multiplies growth, satisfaction, and resilience. Every choice to let go is a declaration of control over your life and energy. Protecting yourself is not selfish, it is powerful. Your energy becomes a lever for influence, impact, and legacy. Mastery over what you release defines your trajectory. When you let go of the unnecessary, you create the space to become unstoppable.